Hello, this is Dr. Prasad Kodelam with the class series on Indian Knowledge System BIKK609 offered by Visheshwara Technological University, a common subject for all engineering students. And I'm offering it through my YouTube channel, My Intuition 4865. Please do subscribe. This is on Module 2, Unit 2, handling the topic arts and architecture. Okay, so art and architecture, that is proportions and geometry in the tradition Indian knowledge. Introduction to art and architecture. So that is in ancient India, the art was not just for decoration purpose. It was considered as a sacred science. Whether we are building a temple or carving an ideal or planning a city, everything followed the rules from the scripts like the Shilpa Shastra, that is for art, and the Vastu Shastra, which is meant for architecture. And these texts, they were like the detailed manual, which ensured that everything was balanced, it was beautiful, and is in harmony with the nature and the cosmic energy or cosmos. So this way, every sculpture and the building, it became a spiritual tool, not just a physical object. Shilpa Shastra. Shilpa Shastra is the traditional guidebook which is followed by the sculptors and the artists in ancient India, which tells exactly how to carve a god or a goddess, how many heads or how many arms should be positioned, and what they should hold. So it also explains the ideal proportions. For example, if the height of a statue, it might be divided into parts like the heads, chest, legs, etc., each in a very fixed ratio. So the goal was not just beauty, but to create an image that gives a divine quality. Like after seeing that, we should feel a peace, a power, a compassion. So these guidelines, it ensured that every image had a perfect balance, just like the musical notes which are there in the raga. So artists, they followed the sacred geometry by using circles or triangles and even squares for designing the form, so that it becomes or gives more spiritual energy to that sculpture. Then Vastu Shastra, that is science of architecture, is like a ancient Indian architectural textbook, which says that every building, whether it is a home or a palace or a temple, it should be designed to be in synchronization with the nature. So which includes the nature includes the sunlight, the wind energy, the magnetic field of earth, even the position of the stars. If you take an example, the east side, it welcomes the morning sun, that is in Indian continent. The east side welcomes the morning sun, that's where the main doors or even the prayer rooms are built mainly. The southeast, it is linked to the fire, so the kitchen. So it is an ideal place for kitchen. The center, it should be always open, so that the energy will circulate very freely. And the core of the vastu, that is the vastu purusha mandala, which is a sacred square divided into smaller squares, each ruled by a deity. So So the builders they used this as a floor plan to decide what should go and where, so that the houses or the temple would support good health, gives happiness and peace of mind when we stay inside. So by following the Vastu, the buildings were not just safe and comfortable; they became living, mm, breathing space of spiritual energy. Means we when we stand inside the building or the home or the palace or even temple, the movement of air, the sunlight, the everything, it gives us more comfortable, more like having a spirituality in us. Then geometry and proportions in art and architecture. So in Indian architecture, the beauty is not separate from the dharma. Dharma means the cosmic law. The beauty and dharma, they are should be there together. So the temples are not designed randomly. So they created like a yantra, a sacred geometric diagram. So every line, every measurement, it has its own meaning. So the mandala is it's like a map of the cosmos, the energy, and the temple is placed in the center of it, just as the soul is at the center of a body. So the artisans they followed the Shilpa Shastra, which tells how long the arms of a deity should be, or how wide the doorway should be, and how tall the sanctum should rise, which are in a perfect proportions, which are made with a golden ratio like 1 to 1.618, though not by that name. It is called as golden ratio. So thus geometry here is not dry maths. It is a sacred maths, which meant to bring peace to the mind and harmony to the people around or the world around. Vastu Purusha Mandala, the architectural grid, that means before building a home or a temple, the Vastu Purusha Mandala is drawn on the ground, and it is a sacred grid. It is usually of 81 squares, that is 9 by 9, each linked to a specific deity or a natural force like the fire, that is Agni, the wind, that is Vayu, the water called as Varuna, and the creation, that is Brahma. So the story is that the Vastu Purusha, he was a divine being who fell from the sky and has spread across the earth. And different gods they held him down and each took a spot on his body. So hence, when we build, we must respect this cosmic body, placing the right places like Agni, that is kitchen, where the Agni resides, and the prayer room where the which is the center or the Brahma's heart, and the entrance where the positive energy flows inside the home. So by doing this, our homes it becomes alive with balance, not just walls and roofs, but living spaces in tune with the nature, in tune with the stars and the self person, the one who is staying there. Okay, let us take some examples of the traditional Indian architecture and Indian traditional art. The temples, Brihadeshwara temple, which is there in Tamil Nadu, which was built by Rajaraja Chola, which follows the Vastu Shastra rules very strictly. The Vimana, that is the tower, is very tall but stands firm because of a perfect proportions and a balanced layout. Second one that is in Odisha, the Sun Temple at Konark, which is designed like a chariot with 24 wheels, and this temple it follows the movement of the sun. The wheels are they are the sundials, which shows the time using the shadows, which is showing how architecture and the astronomy were joined. Then at Ellora, the Kailasa temple of Ellora, which was actually cut from a single rock, and it is a masterpiece of planning a temple. The height, the symmetry, and the placement of the shrines all follow a sacred measurement. It was not built from bottom up; it was actually carved from top down. Then the sculptures and the iconography. That means in temples, the gods and goddesses are not made casually. In sculptures they used a tala system. Tala means head, where each figure is made in a fixed number of head units, like 7 or 9 or 11 talas, which gave the figure a calm and divine look. Some of the famous sculptures like the Khajuraho and the Ajanta, which follows these rules. So even small things like the eye shape, the hand pose, which is called the mudra, and the ornament, the placement of the ornament, which are decided as per the Shilpa Shastra. So these icons are not only beautiful; they are made to bring spiritual energy into the space. Okay, that's about art and architecture. Hope it was useful to understand the traditional Indian knowledge on art and architecture examples are given. So thank you very much for watching my YouTube videos. My Intuition 4865. If not subscribed, please do subscribe and support.